Hello, friend. How are you? Today, I want to talk about a subject that's a little hard for me to talk about. It also might be hard for you to receive or to hear. But I'm just asking you, just listen with open ears today. And maybe this is a subject that you don't want to unpack or tackle today. And that's perfectly okay. Maybe this is one of those items that you just received today and put it on the shelf and open it up another day. So what I'm talking about today is how and why we show up in this world. A lot of times nowadays, we crave acceptance. And I know we've always craved it. Ever since I was a little girl, I always wanted to be accepted or asked on play dates or to go do things with other people, or someone calls me on the phone and has a conversation with me. Like I've always craved that. And, friend, I bet you have too. As adults and as the social media age and the desire to be included or liked or commented on in a positive way or have our things shared out into this world, it can be tricky because a lot of times we want that acceptance, we want that affirmation, but we don't realize that it comes as a cost. And a lot of times we end up not showing up as who we are and who we were meant to be, but we end up showing up as someone else because we think we'd be more accepted or more liked or more desired if we showed up in an authentic way. And for me, this is how I kind of saw it manifest in my life. First of all, I've always had a servant's heart. I always love to help people. I love to educate people. I love to take the underdog and I love to just have them rediscover that powerhouses that is in them and defy previous notions about themselves and just excel on a point that they never thought they could before. And I don't care if you are 5 years old or 55 years old, 100 years old, like that's what lights me up. I believe that everybody has untapped potential. I believe everybody can achieve whatever it is they desire, as long as they're equipped with the right tools, the right perspective, and the right mindset, and the right supports around them that they can soar. What had happened to me is that I was doing it one way that felt really good and lit me up, as you can hear me talking about. It was just everything to me. And I noticed that when I was doing that, there would be some negative comments or things were said about me, or it wasn't perceived in a way that built me up. And so I started showing up and serving people in a way that was more acceptable to them, that they could accept in a way that was more like them. But as I started showing up in that way and serving others in that capacity, it was like, here was me. I was a beautiful tree. And then I had this axe and I was just hacking away at who I was. And then at the end of the day, when I looked at myself, I wasn't this big, strong tree anymore. I was this mutilated, discombobulated, disjointed version of myself. And although I was still serving people and helping people in ways, I wasn't lit up about it. And I wasn't serving them in a way that could bless them, in a way that could take them to a level that they wanted to achieve. And last year I started on this journey when I realized this. I'm 45 now, so that was a big wake-up call at 44, almost 45. I'm almost 46 now. That this inauthentic version of myself this way of showing up was pleasing a whole bunch of people, but it wasn't pleasing myself. And then I had to take a real hard look at the only person that it really matters that I'm pleasing is myself. And beyond myself, there's only 3 people in this entire universe that matter. Their opinion matters to me. That's God, that's my husband, and that's my daughter. And anybody else's opinion really shouldn't impact me, truly shouldn't affect my behavior or my response to other people or how I show up in the world. Those people don't matter. I care about some of them deeply. Some of them are my best friends, but their opinion shouldn't matter. Right? So I think we need to take a hard look at ourselves. How are we showing up? Is it in an authentic way? Is it the way that makes ourselves proud? The people that we love and care about the most proud? Does it set our heart on fire? Because if it's not, my friend, because if it's not, you need to get back to that person who you were designed to be. And you need to show up in that way. Because that way, honestly, is the best way that you could possibly show up. That is the way. When you show up that way, you are making impact. You are changing not only your lives, but the lives of others. And I think sometimes people want us to change. And I think sometimes, not always, people want us to show up in a certain way because it makes them feel comfortable. Friend, we weren't put on this earth just to live in comfort. If we want to be a difference maker, if we want to be a change maker, big or small, we need to be spot on in our belief in ourselves and spot on with how we're showing up. And I know that this is a difficult subject, and I know it takes more than listening to something like this to begin to unpack it. But I promise you, it's worth the investment of time, energy, resources to get to that bottom of that box and look inside and see the person that you were meant to be and how you should show up for others. If you have any questions about this, if you need some help with this, please reach out. I just don't do these just to put it out there and then not to support you through it. If you need something, just ask. Have a great day, my friend, and I'll see you soon.